welcome back, guys, to another week of Dallas Beer Talk. I got Jake to my left. I got his lovely wife to the left of him. We got zoomed in really close. Hey! And then, of course, you got the beer wrangler, Drew.
What it do, baby boo?
Adriana.
Oh my God, I suck at life.
See, we just discussed this.
Then you already heard his
Apparently bad at
voice, the
names.
man, the myth, the legend. Ziggy. I'm just gonna shoot myself down.
Hello, everybody.
That's that New York school teaching. You know, just get things wrong. Lose that short-term memory. Yeah, New York schools, I can't remember anything. Just forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but anyway, guys, we are here another week. Bunch of beers.
Yep.
Return guests.
Yes.
You brought a lot of beers and a game to play, kind of.
Yeah, man. We're gonna test y'all's taste buds and maybe mess them up a little bit. Try out some different beers and see which ones you can guess which is which, and hopefully you will puke.
That's right.
Wait, that's not how he explained
No,
the game.
that's how the game was. I just didn't tell you
Yeah.
that part.
He just had the end part.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
that
what
was in
he's-
my
That's
head.
basically what happened.
Yeah, that was in my
Oh
head.
my God, that's not. If I was like that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm out. Now I'm good.
That's the curveball he said. One of them's gonna make you throw up.
Yes.
Oh my
This
God,
one of them is gonna
I'm
make
probably
you
gonna
go.
throw up
Yeah.
then.
Yep.
So for those of you guys that watched the show before, we had Jacob on, and his wife wasn't able to make it because we screwed up our scheduling. But they brought on some beers that that they had brewed before, and we didn't get to touch on it last time. But you had was it a coffee stout
Oh, that's right. You
that,
made
that
it.
you brewed?
Mhm.
And he told me after the show the kicker was you didn't actually care for it. Is
Yeah,
that how it went?
I really didn't like the aftertaste. For me, I think it was pretty bitter.
Yeah.
I like the original coffee taste, but at the end it was like not there for me. So hopefully we're able to make that a little better. He was more like my guide. I was like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and he was kind of telling me step by step what to do. So hopefully he can help me step by step so we can fix that.
I
Definitely.
actually
What?
liked it.
That was good.
I actually liked it a
That's
lot.
the crazy part. And I told you that already, that they loved it, and like mostly everybody that tried it loved it.
Yeah. Are you a coffee drinker though?
I am.
Are you a sweet coffee drinker?
I do both.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, when you drink dark coffee, straight black coffee, it is very bitter at the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, you're like your worst
And
critic.
oh, trust me, I
you
know.
know, and that's
Yeah.
just how I felt about it. I just wanted to be perfect, and it wasn't perfect.
Well, maybe the next tweak to it maybe make it perfect for you, but it was really good. And then the following week we had a no chill from Prairie Ale,
I saw that one.
and I was comparing it to your style that you made at the coffee note. I wish that had that full body coffee note and stuff like that to
Right.
the no chill, which it was felt a little light.
Yeah, so like I saw somebody had posted about that beer, and so it tasted. It had more like a flat. It wasn't very carbonated, no chill, and it had almost like this kind of like ashtray, kind of like burnt
Ooh,
taste to it in
right.
the
Yeah,
aftertaste.
yeah.
And so I don't know if that was intended, but kind of how it showed up. So hey,
Yours is way better. That's all I
I
gotta
can
say
say
about
on
that.
that one you beat
Hey.
Prairie Artisan Ales. So
That's a weird
Yeah.
taste to go for.
Yeah.
Hints of chocolate and ashtray.
yeah,
Like, oh.
You know what beer does have that, and I don't know because our taste buds are different. Is Santo beer? I don't know if you've had that.
from
They're from Houston.
yeah, from St. Arnold.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I actually like that beer too.
Really,
It's
I
like a
think
Black
for
Kolsch or
me,
something?
it
Yeah.
has that
I
taste.
don't know if it's Black Kolsch.
Yeah.
Because,
it might be.
And
It
it's
might be. I think
this
you're
real
right.
low
Yeah,
ABV.
Yeah, yeah.
We had it on it like in the beginning.
Yeah, that was when I was.
way-
That was when I was in Seattle.
Yeah.
You and Kirsty tried it.
We didn't know how to pick beer, so we just picked whatever looked cool, and it had like a little.
It looked very cool.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
like, hey, I can
Yeah.
relate
That's how
to
you
that.
do it, though. You go by what looks cool. And I think you were hitting on the graphics at some point about beers. Like you always, I think it was you that you
Yeah.
attracted to the eye in the graphic. It's just like, oh, this looks cool. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, and that's because I'm simple,
Yeah, that's
and
how
I also
am,
don't know
too.
what beers should taste like, so I was like, that looks good.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Yep.
Call me Simple Rick.
Simple Rick.
Simple, right?
But I think I gushed over a simple graphic that we had from Three Nations for like an hour on the show last time.
Yeah, the American Wit, right?
The Texas Gold,
Texas
the American
Gold.
Wit. Ziggy liked to appreciate the.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
the
am a Twain fan, so yeah.
Resonated.
Yep.
resin, but the Texas Gold, it was a simple. It wasn't too complicated. It was Texas Gold with some nice letterings to it, and then it
And
had
the
the
oils.
oil rig,
Yep.
and then it was fountain up. And I was like, that's simple because it has deep roots in Texas
Yep.
history
Right.
for the Black Gold Rush, and then it
It
does.
does.
It just resonated. It clicked real quick. And I was like, I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gavin does a really good job at Three
Oh,
Nations.
super nice guy, man.
Representing Farmers Branch. So I was born and raised.
You were born Farmers Branch?
Yep,
Really?
Born and raised Farmers Branch.
You should check out that brewery. Have you checked it out?
I've been there.
Oh man,
I've been there.
I
Every
love
time I
it.
go there, I'm like, is Gavin here? Want to talk shop?
Dude,
He's not there.
That's what. That's
Most
one
of the
of the
time,
cool
he's gone.
things about him is that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was when we went to the brewery like the following weekend. It was when we went to the brewery, like he's out there, like just like talking to people, like he's really
He's
like
very friendly.
yeah. So it's not something you really
Super
see
cool.
with like a lot of the main ones. For instance, Victor and I, my wife, we went to RAR last night, and I hadn't been to RAR in ages, and so and man, I feel like it's gotten packed. Like more and more
It was horrible.
craft beers come up on the rise. Like
horrible.
especially in Fort Worth, you've got like 4 that I can think off the top of my head, but. Yeah, it was packed. Those lines to get another refill for your beer was just
Ridiculous.
It wrapped around like the whole. It was not enjoyable. So yeah,
I think I got
we going back anytime soon.
2 beers.
Fortunately,
That's it.
Oh, that sucks.
yeah.
But I didn't want to get the second one, but Drew was like, "Come on, let's do it." And I was like, "No, I'm good, man."
Mm-hmm.
Lines
It's just too packed.
way too packed.
Yeah.
The lines for the bathroom horrible too. So
That's the worst part, because that's like goes hand in hand.
yeah,
Yeah.
the diuretic you're drinking is gonna flush out eventually. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking
Pee your
about
pants.
diuretic. Let's try beer. Let's try one of your new beers.
Yeah,
as well.
Speaking of diuretic, segue.
Diarrhea.
So we originally were gonna pour, so we originally were gonna pour them all, but now that I'm looking, I don't think we have enough glasses to pour them all. So I'm just gonna go one at a time.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
switch it up a
you
little
want to
bit.
explain to everybody what we're gonna do here today?
Yeah, so none of the bottles have labels. I'm not going to tell these guys which ones are which. We have a Gruit style beer, we have a wheat beer, and then I have an any IPA that I brewed. So I'm just gonna open up a couple of them. We're all gonna try them, and then these guys are gonna tell me which one they think is which. Actually, I'm gonna start.
Pull your
this
phone
bad
out,
boy.
Drew. I know we don't try to keep our phones away, but I want to, instead of us all trying to talk at the same time, type what you think it is, and then we can see.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Let me get your glass,
Thanks,
brother.
sir.
I got this.
I'm kind of nervous now because I don't know which one is what.
We should have had him do the taste test for last time because he didn't have them labeled. And he's
No,
like,
I
I
didn't.
think this one's this one.
And I got it though. I was
You
like,
did,
oh,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Thanks, sir.
And Ziggy's glass.
Thank you.
Hopefully that's enough. I've got a ton more in here. I probably should pour more out.
No worries. For tasting purposes,
This one you
sufficient.
definitely smell right off the bat.
I mean, listen, don't look at me. I'm not even though I'm learning.
I know which one this is.
Well, give me a hint.
I'm gonna take a wild guess.
get you-
Oh, we're supposed to. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So between me, you, and Ziggy, I mean, Ziggy can write it down or see, but for me and you especially, type it in our phone and see.
So
if you guess it.
three beers total, right?
3 beers total.
One's
We
Gruit.
got a wheat, Gruit, and any IPA.
Okay.
Cheers.
Prost.
Salud.
Cheers.
Tasty.
What? Okay.
You like it?
I do. It's got like a is that rosemary I'm tasting?
It's actually lavender.
Lavender. Okay. It's got like a very herbal taste to it.
That's the smell.
Lavender.
Right?
That's
I
that hard lavender smell.
Yeah, I smelled it. You can totally smell it.
Yeah, be honest, dude. Be honest.
Be honest.
No, this is so we try also. I don't know if you guys we're trying to come up with our own rating system.
Yeah.
So we have like on the house, meaning like I'll drink it if someone buys it or the bar gives it to me. For me, this is not for me whatsoever.
Right.
It doesn't. It's not like any like I don't think there's any off flavors to it, but like the lavender catches me off guard. That smell, because I was trying to figure out the smell too. Like Ziggy was, I'm like, what does that smell? It's like,
Yeah, you can totally smell it in the
I was
beginning.
like, did we not clean the glasses
No,
for a
as soon
second?
as you open it up, it's strong.
Well, it's like it's like a sharper vanilla, the lavender over the beer. Just that
Okay.
Yeah.
the aroma. It's like a vanilla that just has a little more kick to it when you're actually sniffing it for the first time. That's what I thought.
I'm a really big Myers fan. So Myers, the brand, like
Cleaning
candles, cleaning products. So when I tried this, it took me directly to that. I'm
Like
like,
you were
dude,
drinking some?
this tastes like Myers. Like,
I don't want to
bad
clean.
way.
spray.
In a bad way?
You don't want to clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, like it I'm a big fan of rosemary, and I don't know if it's. I know it's not rosemary, but it reminds me of rosemary. It has that same kind of.
We got
Herbal.
When I tasted it, I was like, that tastes like fucking oregano.
Yeah, or just some kind of herb. But to me, it resonates pretty well. Like I think it's interesting, and I've tried enough
That is definitely
beers.
interesting.
It
that
is interesting.
It's something like taking a shot a certain direction that you're not, like a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
And like for instance, we went to RAR, and RAR's been around for a good long while, but I feel like they're lacking somewhat in the creative department at times. And so yeah, man, this one's really I like it a lot. I like the carbonation.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Hey man, I've got a whole 6-pack at home. It's got
See, this
So
is-
we get y'all's thoughts. What do y'all think? I know you said you're.
This is like when your friend asks you, "Hey, what's your favorite beer?" And you're like, "Well, my favorite is this."
Yeah.
So we all have different styles and different likes and dislikes. Personally, I don't like this. It tastes like a cleaning product to me.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted to play that game with y'all, because
Yeah.
I wanted one of y'all to puke, but it didn't happen because you ended up liking it.
So this is a curveball, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's a good curveball. I would.
So
be
what
down
did you
for
track
this.
down as the style?
No, we're gonna do it all. At the
Yeah,
end.
we're gonna do all.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you all at
okay,
the end
yeah.
which one's which.
Fine.
Yeah.
And the next.
I thought we were going to talk about it right now.
No, we'll do
No.
our guesses at the
All
end.
right.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
then
that's fine.
you'll only have a 50-50 shot for the last one.
I know, that's what I was hoping. Help me out.
And I do want to clarify, like on this one, I like the taste of it. I think that the taste is really smooth. It's very crisp, but it is that smell.
Yeah.
It does.
Strong.
It's a very strong smell, and I totally get like the cleaning product analogy because it doesn't smell like alcohol should. I think, and so it's like in the back of your mind of, should I be drinking this? So I totally get that.
Yeah,
By downing some Myers cleaning product.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Myers.
Myers is amazing.
That's actually the secret ingredient. For me, it's really sharp. It's got a lot of carbonation. Like it's got a really
Yeah.
good carbonation.
Yeah, I like
this
that.
is one of those beers where it looks really good. Like the color is really
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The head's good.
Kind of hazy.
Yeah, man, that taste though, like it lingers.
It does,
It
but
lingers for a while. And for me, it's just like it's one of those where it's like one and done. Like I probably wouldn't order another one,
that's true. I can see
or I
that.
wouldn't buy a whole 6-pack of this.
I can see that.
I
But
would, I would have this with maybe like I don't know, maybe some steak,
yeah, I can see this with some fish.
fish. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Like some
Clean your
sandwich.
mouth.
Clean your mouth
Yeah,
from the
clean your mouth
nasty-
out.
Clean your mouth with the fish flavor.
Sushi, some
Are you not
palate
a fish
cleanser.
person?
I used to love fish. I'm vegan now.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He said that
Yeah.
before. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So one of my like favorite dishes to make at the house is like a garlic rosemary salmon and like some potatoes and stuff like that and asparagus. And so this like reminds me, because I have a rosemary plant outside, reminds me of the rosemary that I use for it. And I keep saying rosemary, but I know it's
Oh, I
lavender.
get it. No,
but
I get the rosemary
it has
too.
that-
It's the lavender, but
I can smell the
think-
lavender now when you say it.
Yeah, I think what happened with the lavender is when we put in the fermenter, too much lavender pellets got in to the fermenter, so something happened. It was just way too much, and
Yeah.
I don't know if the lavender went bad
Yeah.
under the temperatures or just inside the beer, but I don't think lavender's supposed to be sitting for that long.
Well, when you originally tried it,
It was delicious.
Really? It was different.
It was delicious. Like I told you guys, it tastes really sweet. It was super sweet
Yeah.
and very, very good. It tasted almost like tea. So I was like, this
Really?
is going to be delicious.
It's my kind of tea.
Yeah. And then I tried it about a week and a half in. I was testing the ABV or the OG levels on it, and I was like, this is terrible. I almost threw it out, but I was like, no, I'll just go ahead and bottle it, and we'll bottle age it and toss it in the
I
fridge. And
remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Or no, was it a different one you said that you were making that?
I don't know, was it?
Aha.
Oh, that's the kicker.
See?
Yeah.
Context.
You gotta wait till the end.
Recall. Yeah. Let's.
Cool. You guys want to go on the next one?
Yeah.
We have a lot of beer.
I'm-
We have
I
these and
actually
we
like
have,
this game.
we have beers at the bottom here too. So
okay.
I think this is a
You
fun
can do
game.
this. I saw you take a quick sip earlier, and you're like, okay.
she doesn't like it. She knew which one it was immediately as when I opened it. She was like,
Speaking of, so I remember from last time when he was on, he said, who was it? Sol Luna is your.
Yes, Soli Luna is my favorite right now.
And
Thank you, sir.
I
was
love
picking
it
up
so
some beer.
much. I name my dogs after them. So
And so I passed by at Whole Foods earlier, and I saw. I was like, hey,
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just a very like simple,
Yeah.
refreshing beer.
good summer beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
So, Drew, do you have a question for us today?
I
His
didn't.
face.
I didn't. So I've been thinking about it. And I had something. I'm sorry, JD, that I was gonna ask a question about, but I was gonna go more on a rant. I was gonna go Victor style. Just
Well, you can't steal my bit.
what about the
Victor, you have a question for us today?
I do. No, my ranting. I like the rant. Oh, what's the rant, sir?
It's a respectful rant. It's my style. But I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been to RAR and Sons in a good while, and I feel like I was really disappointed with how the experience went.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like not only are the beers kind of just
Because I'll say for
a sort of they're mediocre representatives of a style, in my opinion. But I feel like they've gotten to the point they have such notoriety, they've been around for so long, that they're just coasting off of people just coming because they know people are going to come every Wednesday
Do
or
you feel
Saturday.
like they're kind of getting lazy? That's no disrespect to them.
Yeah,
or
well,
anything.
I mean,
It's
it's almost like it's to me. I'm like, man, they're doing it. Depends on which route you're gonna go. Like
Yeah.
business sense wise, they're making
Yeah, they're
very
killing it.
well.
Yeah.
They're getting. It was packed. It was so packed, and so they're doing well monetarily.
Mhm.
But when have you ever seen a RAR beer lately that they put out that you're like, that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of is they have like a paleta one that it was like the
yeah,
mango
the
one.
mango paleta.
Yeah, and so that one looked pretty good, but I haven't tried it. But other
Yeah.
than that, I was like,
That was the
man,
newest one in like so long.
Yeah,
I see
it
what
was,
you're saying because
yeah.
Stone did that for a while. Like Stone just had Arrogant Bastard for a
Yeah.
while, and now there's like fucking so many Stone beers. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
They have like
It's
what
crazy.
Chocosesa and stuff like that.
They've got a ton of them. They've got like Enjoy by 42018.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they do that every year, like 42017, 42016.
And that kind of gets to the whole debate about like when a craft brewery gets too big, like eventually they almost like sell out because I think Stone got bought out by one of the bigger distributors.
I don't think Stone did. I
No?
don't think Stone did. Lagunitas did, and
Yeah.
Ballast Point did.
And Ballast Point, yeah.
Ballast Point is owned by Constellation Brands.
Yeah.
So that's the brands that it was like Modelo,
And
Corona,
Corona,
Victoria,
yeah.
all those brands.
Yep.
And then Ballast Point got bought out, or not Ballast Point. What was the other one I said?
Uh,
Lagunitas.
yeah.
Lagunitas.
They got bought out by I think S&B Miller.
Yeah,
so-
that was the most recent one, I think, right?
Yeah. Like I think a lot of people in the industry were kind of pissed at that.
It just sucks because the craft beer industry in Texas is pretty young, and and so they were one of the first to kind of strike on it. And we talked about that when we had Gavin on from Three Nations. But it's I felt like they were just coasting along, and like that was one of the first breweries that I went to because I live in Fort Worth. That I felt like I got introduced to craft beer, and so it was a good stepping point.
Yeah, I think me too.
But when I went back, I was just like, man, I'm really disappointed. Like,
I gotta teach you how to rant, bro. It's not.
Yeah.
This is a weak rant. This is a weak rant.
you got to get loud.
disappointed.
You gotta
That's
be
what I'm
angry. Listen,
I'm guilt
I-
tripping right here.
I was
I'm so
I was
disappointed.
there last night. First of all, I got there late. Apologize.
No,
Then
you were pretty close.
but I
actually.
get there and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna drink beer. This place is too packed, and I'm not really super excited about RAR. Like last time I was at RAR was 4 years ago when I ran a 5K,
Oh.
and my friend made me run a 5K.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, RAR is whatever. But I get there, I try their new beer. It's okay. And I have their other beers in the past. It's okay. You know, nothing exciting. You know? And it's just packed. The setup, too big. The place is too big not to be set up better organized.
Too big to fail.
Too big. They think they're too big to fail.
Oh,
They
throwing
think they're
some
too
BS in there, dude.
Into Three Nations get bigger, you know. I feel like if they switched, Three Nation had their spot, it'd be way better organized. Like it's too big for it to be so disjointed. They have places in the back outside. They had another line back there. They had a line in the front. It's just too disjointed.
I think it's like I'm saying, for the love of the craft, if you're really into pushing boundaries and creating something new, and you want to make that, and you got the space for it, you go for it. They got the money to do it.
No, yeah,
so,
they've got plenty of money to do it.
I'm feeling like they're coasting. Hey,
Okay, weak rant. Let's try this beer.
that was a weaker rant. But all right, let's try this.
Weak rant. Well, I wasn't angry
I feel
about
like
it.
I
I was
can't
trying
get
to
that
show you.
taste.
Salud.
Prost.
This one will definitely
You're
clean
not
out
Russian.
the palate a little bit. Lighten it.
This is delicious.
Okay.
Okay. I know what it is.
What is
I can't tell you.
I have an idea. So I've never tried a Gruit style before. I'm just saying that. For
Just
the
toss,
overall.
just tossing that out as the
I have
overall
not
style.
ever tried that.
Okay.
Tried any style before.
What's the NE?
I don't think
Northeastern IPA.
Oh, I know. I thought you said NE, like just NE style. You forgot the IPA part, bro.
Sorry. My apologies. And yeah, all right, cool. That's good. All right.
That's bad. This is
No,
this is
I
a
like
lighter,
this.
lighter
This is really
beer.
good. It's a good transition from
Yeah, from
Hey.
that
End product.
to that.
To
yeah.
to beer. A really good, crisp. I think crisp is a good word. I want to steal that from you from last week. It's really good for describing this beer. It's really crisp. It's delicious. Great color. Smells delicious.
This one is definitely a good barbecue beer.
Yeah.
Barbecue beer.
But I think I like the first one better. And I don't know if I just like
Okay.
I don't know if I just.
This one
there's
be-
nothing against this one at all.
That's tripping me out.
She's like,
just trying to be like
she's
Victor.
flabbergasted.
What is your
here.
Angry.
thoughts on that, Dave?
I don't understand.
He
I
just
don't
trying to be
know,
like
like-
Victor, be
Our
different.
palates are so different.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it completely, and it's really good beer. But I like something that kind of like is off the norm, and like he said earlier, maybe it would be a beer for the first one would be a beer you have like one and done kind of thing. I totally get that
Like a starter
because it's
beer.
pretty floral and got like a lot of like
Like a shot.
yeah. And it was
I mean, I think-
14%, right? You said so.
No,
we're-
this
yeah.
one. I don't think this one was 14%. So I think this
That's
one. I don't,
unfortunate.
honestly, man, I don't
That's
know.
unfortunate.
There's no ABV for any of these.
Hey, no worries.
That's what you get when you drink and you homebrew.
Yep.
You forget to do shit.
Hey, no worries. No worries.
So I'm just like,
We'll be able to
it's
gauge it
more or
later,
less
though.
it's all good. It's delicious so far.
cool.
Um,
Well, not the first one.
No, I mean-
Be truthful.
like I said, I wouldn't drink it. Like
I
this.
just want somebody to say it's disgusting, and I have one
No.
person. I've
Am
had
I
other
the
people.
only one?
No, I've had other people that are like, it's okay. It gets better as you drink it.
No,
No, I
I
liked it from the
drank it.
get-go. I
No,
don't
I
know.
drank it. I was like, you know what? Instantly, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna. If this, I say I was at a bar. I'm like, okay, I see that on tap and it's interesting. It says lavender. I was like, I never had a lavender beer. Let me try
Yeah.
that. I would drink it. I'd be like, nah.
You give that one back.
I'd be like,
Okay.
I'll get water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I appreciate it completely. Then there's some that like they try things that are like off the norm. Like I'll get some chili beer sometimes that I'm not really that big on. But I'm down with it.
That's what's up.
Down with it.
That's what's up.
So,
That's what's
This
up.
man is
I'll
crazy.
take a six pack. I'll take a six pack, please.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
sure?
we've got
You
12.
don't have that one
pack.
tucked away?
No,
for...
no, you can have. I've got 12 of them. I've got 2 6-packs.
Deal.
So
I'm down.
they are all yours, bro.
I'm down. I actually want to watch you try it. So.
Yeah, I'll bring.
Don't
them
do
to
it,
you,
Amy.
Like next week or something.
Amy, you're gonna love it,
Don't
baby.
do it.
you're not gonna love
Do you
it.
like the Thai, you guys
She
like the
doesn't
Thai
say.
basil one from Collective? Is it Collective?
We
It's
haven't
the-
tried Thai basil yet.
The
Not
Petit
Thai
Golden Sour. They have the Thai
Yeah.
basil version. It's
Is that from Collective?
Yeah, it's from
basil.
Collective.
Is it the one with the little chicken
Golden
on
chick,
it
yeah.
with the mohawk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I've seen that one. I haven't tried.
I feel like that's on the same level with me with that first one.
Okay.
With the
Really?
lavender.
Jedi would fight you on that because he loves
loved
that
it.
beer.
Yeah, I was not a fan of it. I don't like, and I learned this by doing the show with so many different people. Is I don't like one taste to overpower the other. I like everything to work in cohesiveness together.
Yeah.
It just work together for a great cause for me and my enjoyment.
Mhm.
You know,
This is a good
Gotcha.
mission statement for a foundation or something.
work together for my enjoyment.
Are you taking donations later? What's up?
Second thought, that sounds a little subversive. Yeah, this is good.
Cool,
Very good.
Oh man, this
Well, I'm
is
glad
delicious.
you guys are enjoying it.
From fabuloso to fabulous.
Oh, excellent.
There we go.
That's a good catchphrase.
Z, what do you think about this
Actually-
second beer?
I really dig it.
Yeah.
I really dig it. I don't know what it is, so I feel like I'm going to be 0 for 3 at the end here. But
I'm
I
writing down
really
your-
enjoy this.
You have your tally marks down, right? You're writing them down. Got
I got them in my head, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And none of these have a name except for the NEIPA.
And it's a great name. We need to trademark
Yeah,
that before we even mention
I
that.
really should do that.
It's
I
a
don't
good-
know.
it's a
I've already
good name.
posted it on Instagram, so it's just kind of like shit.
True. Well, at least you have like some sort of
Is your page back to private?
time date.
No, it's
stamp.
not back to private. I should get it back to private though. I hope
True.
nobody steals that. That would suck.
All right. Well, we got this.
You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, we fight them on it.
Yeah, there you go. Right? Yeah, you guys are helping me with the lawsuit. Cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about physically.
Not in court. We're gonna settle this outside right here in the streets,
In
bro.
the streets.
So as
No.
You better watch out, brother, because when Victor's coming for you,
right,
Running
right.
wild.
I got my knives and my bats in the car. As
Allegedly.
Jacob has pointed the last beer for this challenge. I don't know if anybody watches The Breakfast Club or listens to a lot of hip hop.
With Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
I've seen some episodes here and there.
Did anybody see the Deezus and Meros episode?
The which one?
The Deezus and Mero episode today? Oh my god, it's hilarious.
The dudes from Vice Lane.
Yes.
Okay.
So apparently, a few episodes ago, they made a comment about DJ Envy and his wife was on a show, and they were like, the wife said she stuck around because she wanted to make the marriage work, and it's like, you know, that DJ Envy checks, and it was just a slide comment, whatever. But apparently, DJ Envy took offense to it, and
wow.
he started yelling at them
Wow.
to start the interview, and they were so taken off by it. They were like, Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
And the New York in me came out at work. So because I got mad for them because if let someone come at me like that, and I thought we were friends,
Yeah.
like trying to fight, I'd be like, "We'll fight. Let's do this." I'm not
Right.
apologizing.
Yeah.
Thank you. But they were being professional. They apologized for their statement, and then he just gets up and leaves from the interview. And I'm just like, no one else at work pays attention to hip hop.
Nope.
So I'm just like,
It's getting there.
I wanted to talk to somebody. Ziggy knows. I know Ziggy's big into hip hop. Did you watch that today, Ziggy?
I know which one.
I don't get up early enough to watch The
You know what
Breakfast
it is?
Club. Surprise, surprise, because I
I love it.
work nights.
This one's
But no, I
My
missed that
favorite.
one.
Oh my god, you guys!
All right, guys, smell it. Waft it.
I think I got this down. I think I'm 1 for 3.
Wafting.
Wafting. Do the drive-by?
So
You ever watch that video?
have you guys?
No, what is that?
Have you guys ever? So we, in our quest to become somewhat knowledgeable in beer, and tasting wise, because people give a shit for like tasting. We're like, we try to describe it in our own
people
ways.
are freaking
Yeah.
Nazis
Some
about
people
that
get
stuff, too.
pretty uppity about it.
Nine.
yeah.
Exactly.
But there was one where it was like, you do the soft smell, and you do like a drive-by where you have like the vapor come after, and you smell the vapor afterwards, and just.
That's
I see
It
Ziggy.
was so. It was the guy. It was the guy that set up like the Cicerone program. He's the one that created the Cicerone program. So you can imagine how.
In depth he is in it. Like he's really
Yeah.
in the world.
I don't know if I could take somebody seriously. Like if I went out to go get a beer with somebody, like I feel like me and Victor are pretty like the everyday man. And,
So what do you do when you drink a new beer for the first time? Like, what is it that you do?
I smell it and I take a drink. Like I go like this. I'm like,
Good old fashioned. I like that.
take a drink, and
Yeah.
but like
It's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to like keep it in the mouth and then really concentrate on the tip of the tongue where
Yeah.
it tastes, and then the back.
That's
stuff.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's
Don't
so
do it.
us with our snifters, like,
So yeah, okay. So I've gotten enough. This is like the most like beer snobby I felt. I'll go to a spot that's not really typically known for craft beer, and I'll ask for a glass, and they're like, okay, because they'll bring me just a bottle. I'm like, can I get a glass? And that's the most like snobbery that I've ever felt.
And that's not that
But-
bad,
And that's not that
It's
bad.
not.
It's not that bad. But if I was to go out with somebody. And they were like, excuse me, can I get a Tiku glass for this, juicy IPA, please?
this tulip glass.
Yeah, and then they were like, and in going through the whole motion,
I don't think
like
we can be
would-
friends. I don't think we can be friends.
I would be like, really. I mean, I get the process.
Yeah.
But at a certain extent, it's like
It's
crosses
I don't know,
over.
I
It's
feel
a
like-
little
I
too
feel like
much.
you have to go back to basics. You know what I mean? You don't have to do all that.
No, that
So-
would be crazy. But like, this is different. This is where I draw the line. If you're recording for a competition, like if you go into a beer competition, or you are like a company like officially reviewing the beer,
Right.
and for like point systems, whatever it will be, fine. Then you do that stuff, or you truly fine. You do all that stuff. But if you're going to a bar, hanging out with friends, I get give me that beer, and I go.
They have like a secondary vessel to spit it out into.
Yeah, or do the drive-by, do all that stuff before I
Yeah.
drink it. Like, come on, that's too much. Like,
It's just,
Just
not
a quick,
appropriate.
A quick sniff and just drink.
like of course you want to smell it because that activates some of your taste buds and helps you understand what you're about to drink, and then you drink it and go for it. Enjoy it.
I mean, smell's a good portion of like the tasting process, so I get that. But I don't know. Adriana's like, go back to basics. She's like, give me a beer. She's like,
Chug it.
Yeah.
You guys
I mean,
shotgun.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Smash it on the
extreme.
forehead.
Did you see that video of that girl?
No.
What?
Oh my God,
happened?
oh
Ziggy!
man, I
She
don't know.
smashed
if
it
we
on the
can.
forehead.
So try to Google beer smash forehead and like
A girl
chug.
smashed a beer on her
Dude.
forehead and chugs it.
She's like,
And, but what I was trying to bring up is that
We
Oh,
have
she's
some
on the
cans.
table. It's
Yeah.
like a frat party, and she's
Yeah.
like dancing, and the
Yeah.
dude next to her is like, he's
Yeah.
like freaking out.
yeah, I would have been the same. I would have been that same guy. Like, yo, her head's broken, and she just drank that whole beer.
Yeah, dude. She looked like she.
Her head's broken.
you ever,
It's broke.
you ever think somebody was like looking at her like, I'm in love? Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
what?
sure.
Some big
Here
frat
it
dude.
is.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the greatest.
It's like,
It's a champ. She is Hulk Hogan.
look at her homegirl just like hyping her up.
Oh my
He was like, I'm in love.
Wow, that's so crazy.
I mean, if she
right?
could do that with a beer, am I right, guys? Am I right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either, but I like it.
But it's provocative.
It was, but that's gnarly though. The first time I saw that, I was like, "What?"
That's a really good beer, by the way.
I don't think I could do
You like
that.
this one?
I love
This was
one.
my favorite.
Oh.
and I already know what it is. I already wrote it down.
Got it down.
Did you?
Cool.
This is why I think I like it.
Let me check the haze on this one real quick.
Oh no, dude. That's why it's got the name it has. Because of that. And I'll reveal the name. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If somebody steals it, they're
No,
assholes.
no one's gonna steal it. No one's gonna steal it.
And
We'll
that's
take
okay.
you to
You better
court.
not steal it.
We'll fight you on it.
We'll send Adriana to
We got
regulate.
I got my bats.
Did you have some ready, Ziggy?
I did.
do you think?
And I just do have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Just so is a juicy IPA an IPA that wears the shorts with the words
Juicy on it?
on
Juicy.
the ass?
That'd be a good
That
label.
is the biggest controversy in juicy IPAs right now.
Really, really. How where the hemline should be?
The juicy couture.
Bottle label.
Yeah,
I was
because
gonna
you
say
got
that.
juicy and then you got apple bottom, so it's like I don't know where you're gonna be. That.
They should have like a.
Way better than I was thinking.
That
better.
that is a different Kevin
Apple
James
bottom
movie,
IPA
sir.
and then the juicy IPA, so I like the juicy ones better. So.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. What do you think about the beer so far, Ziggy?
I really like it. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it. I feel like probably the first one is the only one that I would only have like maybe one of. The rest of them, yeah, I drink these all the time. They're really good. And they're
As
They're
far
solid.
as- yeah, man, I think they can hit it. As far as our unofficial official rating system, the first one for me would be like drain pour, which is our one we don't like. I don't like it, and then the next one will be for me on the house. I like it,
Oh.
and if someone buys it or someone is on the house, I'll drink it. And this one right here is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
it's something I would buy. Go
That's
back
the
to
one,
her.
Ziggy. It's the one we keep
This one.
in.
This one.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And crushable.
We have this thing is Victor went through this whole little phase of saying phenomenal for a whole episode. He kept describing, "Oh, this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal." So that's the
is.
pinnacle.
It is.
That's the
It's
really
pinnacle.
good.
No, it's very good. I would
Uh,
definitely describe this one as
Adriana
phenomenal.
gave me the idea to bring the banana beer, so that he's gonna say phenomenal on that one too.
I think
he's gonna love that.
I think
He did
so.
like that one.
We tried the Bananas Foster little preview they had at Three Nations.
Oh.
The Gavin let us try, and it tastes straight
Oh my
up.
God, that was good.
It was it a stout, right?
Mhm.
It was a Bananas Foster stout, and it tasted straight up like Bananas Foster. But I think they use a lot of banana extract. I think, but very good, very good. I would say for the beer so far, first one. Do we have anything between like I say that
We still trying to figure out between
Yeah.
drain pour and like on the house.
Yeah. So like I would say a little under phenomenal. Like I liked it enough to where I would drink that. Like
What about half drunk? Like half drink. Like you only drink half of it and you just leave it on the counter.
no,
That's
I
a
don't
good
drink it
idea.
at all.
No?
It's good.
No?
Like I'm
Okay.
saying, it wouldn't be in like pinnacle of the phenomenal, but it was right there. It was good. Really good beer. I really enjoyed.
Babysit. Call it babysit.
No, I like it.
Well,
to the
okay, that's
point where-
I like that. I like
Babysit's
that. I
a
like,
good one.
I like the babysit between.
That is a
like,
good one.
On the
That is a-
house and then on
Yeah,
drain pour. I like
drain pour.
babysit.
That is a good
where you
one,
just-
but I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It was one that I like the creativity behind it, and I'm down with it. Like I like the taste overall. So
So between crushable.
the
and
second one
phenomenal.
would be I'm gonna say barbecue beer. Is that like a good like I guess it's like a good everyday beer?
Carne asada beer.
Yeah.
Crushable.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely crushable. But yeah, really good. And this one is definitely I'm gonna put up there phenomenal.
This
It's
is
up there.
delicious.
top.
This last one's delicious. And I know
Excellent.
why.
Okay, so which ones you guys think, or which?
I'm gonna go put this one as the NE IPA.
Got it.
That's what I said as well.
Yes,
Then I got this as the first one's the Gruit,
Got it.
correct.
and then it's the wheat.
We
Yeah.
are on point because that's what I
Well, this
said.
is the wheat. This was the inning. I put
Oh,
the inning
sorry.
for that. There you go.
This
You got
is
it. On point. Ziggy, did you have that as yours? What was the first?
Uh,
one for you?
never having had a Gruit before, I thought that the second one was a Gruit and that the first one was a wheat. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, so we're not
For
we're not
a little bit,
failures.
because
Thanks,
the
Mom.
second one, I felt the second one had a little bit of bite to it, had a little bit of hops to it, and so
Yeah.
until I tasted this one, I was thinking that was gonna be the IPA. Because the second one was very hazy, it was very
hazy.
thick, and
Yeah.
it doesn't really sit with you like this one does. Because this one does sit with you, but you could tell the hops they were there in the second one. I thought so.
Gotcha. It was
Yeah.
very subtle.
It was a good game.
It was a
in the
great game.
sense
But
of-
you kind of helped us too by
Yeah.
giving us like three to
I
pick from.
did.
Like if you would have
Right,
left
right,
us
right.
blank,
No,
if
but
you
it
would
was
have left us
good.
blank,
I think next time we'll prepare and we'll bring, if we come on again, we'll bring a lot more glasses.
What do you mean if? You're always welcome.
Oh, okay.
Like if our
Well,
schedule's
when,
open, you're
when
just-
we come on
Thank
again,
you.
we'll bring a
There we
lot
go.
more
There we go.
glasses next time.
I think also what added to the whole mystery of the game was that they looked fairly similar in color. Like,
Yeah,
in,
they did.
so like
That's
there was
also
like
very
any-
impressive, yeah.
Like, which one's the stout out of this one? You're like, there's only the dark one right there. This is like a blonde stout.
Yeah.
It's a dark one.
Yeah,
Right.
when Adriana brought up that in the car, like, hey, let's try to do like a jelly bean challenge type thing. I was like, actually, that's a good idea, just because
Well,
they're all the same color. So
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good, definitely a good.
I definitely thought all of you were gonna hate it though. So
You're kind of disappointed that we didn't hate it though.
yeah, it's just
No, see, I think I'm the only one that
Cleaning product.
clearly hated it.
I hate it.
But
You? Do you hate it?
it's his baby.
no, not necessarily.
Do you hate your
right-
baby? Phrase it that
Actually,
way. Phrase it that
no.
way.
Next question. No, for me it's one of those beers where it's like one and done. Like it's not something I'm gonna drink once a week or something like that. I'm not gonna go to the store and buy that, or I'm not gonna pull it.
Yeah.
Technically, the store's my closet because it's just sitting in my closet. But I'm not gonna pull it from there and be like, I'm gonna have one of these.
Yeah.
So I could go without it. Honestly, I'm gonna redo that beer again.
Yeah.
But this time I'm gonna try to leave the lavender out, or just do the
A
minimal
hint of
minimal amount
lavender.
of the lavender.
It was prevalent, but I liked it. Like, I don't know if I just like the overwhelming sense of it or not. But and I'm not blowing smoke. That one was to me better than all the beers we tried yesterday at
RAR?
RAR.
I think every beer we tried today so far from Get You Made is way better than any beer we had from RAR. And there's, for me, just being upset with them for those stupid long lines. Well, unnecessary long lines.
It was too much. They need to
It's
open up
just
some more
part of the
taps.
experience, you know.
Long lines?
No,
long lines?
that's the one.
We're not at a club.
No, I'm saying that's just
Yeah.
it ruins part of the experience.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. I
Going
think
up
that
and getting a
was
beer,
the
you
accepted
know?
part of the
Yeah.
I was
experience.
gonna say I'm here to get drunk, not ride a roller coaster.
Exactly.
Dude, fast pass. Learn a fast pass.
Fucking line of the
I'm like, this is
Batman? Dear
DBT.
God.
Can we get a fast pass? Like,
I think
Exactly.
I think we figured it out though. We were talking. What you do is you go get your beer. They get your beer and mark it off. You go back, get your beer, your full beer. You go get right back in line. You start drinking.
By the time you get,
By the
Line.
time you get to the next one,
Okay.
that's a
you're
horrible
already.
experience.
Pro
That is a
tip:
horrible experience.
life tips with
You're standing the whole time. You're not
Life-
chatting with friends.
life
You're
hack.
chatting with
Life
some
hacks.
random
Yeah.
nigga
Life
online.
hack.
brewery hacks. Yeah.
Brewery hack.
Brewery,
Yeah.
right
Y'all
back.
should start a new segment called
Yeah,
Brewery Hacks.
Brewery Hacks.
Perfect.
Yep.
You know, they need to be more like Bitter Sisters or Three Nations, where it's easy accessible to get the beers you want.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
I
that's
think
why
I
you're
think
there.
I think we're Drew kind of Andrew.
Drew.
Drew. Andrew.
Drew, that's
okay,
my
sorry.
that's my street
The
name.
beer wrangler.
The beer.
don't get on
I think
respect,
where the
that's
beer
Drew.
wrangler touched on that is just RAR is just so big now.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like
so is
Three
Martin Houses. Martin House says when they open,
They don't have the notoriety that
No,
that
yeah.
RAR does.
Yeah,
Not
and
yet.
RAR's been
You don't
around
think so?
for
Nope.
fucking a century now. They've been around since like the
Since
late
they
90s.
struck when the iron was hot, like
Yeah.
like right at the beginning.
They're like the same level as like St. Arnold and
Yeah,
those
and
breweries.
Franconia, they're like all in
Yep.
the same type, like
So they're
same
like
timeline.
grandfathering their way, coasting their way.
yeah,
They are,
pretty
and-
much. They're just chilling and they're
Basically.
getting so
Yeah.
much fucking.
but I've been to
money.
Martin House, and I feel like they just get as busy. It looks like a smaller venue, but what they do to compensate, they have people outside when they know it's gonna be a packed day. They have tents outside. When you get beers outside, you get beers
That's true,
inside.
yeah.
They try to compensate with some things.
I will give RAR this though. Normally it was like you get there at 5, start drinking at 5 because by the time 7 o'clock rolls around, you're like struggling to get the last beer.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to the last lady we talked to that was pouring the beer, and she's like, yeah, well, what they usually do is kind of they'll stay open like a little bit later, and they did. So you left, and then I was like, Amy, the line's getting low. Let's go. Let's get another one. So I mean, they do that, but overall wasn't enjoyable.
I left and had a few drinks at a
So-
bar where it was a lot faster.
Yeah, exactly. Or you have a waitress coming to you.
I think
True.
like the brewery that I enjoyed the most was the one in Austin that we went to.
Oh,
Which one?
Lakewood. No,
Oh.
not Lakewood. I'm
Liquid.
sorry.
No, no,
Live
Lakewood
Oak.
was in Garland.
Live
Live
Oak.
Oak.
Oh, Live Oak,
Live
yeah.
Oak is
Yeah.
They have a good
They've been around
Hefeweizen.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. When they first started, they only had like 2 beers. Now they've got like 5 or 6, and they didn't bottle or can until I think last year.
Really? They have to get. That's one of the things
Yeah,
we talked
you
about
gotta-
with
you gotta
Gavin.
get-
You gotta like keep with a curve. Like
Yeah.
when they first
Yeah.
started, like you never
Yeah,
thought of
they
having to
were,
do some
they were
of the things.
keeping with like real traditional just kegging, and
Yeah.
a lot of live oak you couldn't find around Dallas, but now that's everywhere. So if you guys ever get a chance, the Heffa,
Yeah.
Hefeweizen,
Yeah, the Hefeweizen's good.
I mean, I like
that,
to try
that
it.
was one of my favorite Hefeweizens for like a year. I loved
Yeah,
that beer.
their stout is what got me into stouts. So I think
Again,
I don't know
with
if
the
you
high five.
remember. If you remember, it was like chocolate. It had vanilla flavors in it.
Mhm.
I mean, it was just like you were saying, it was so cohesively perfect. Like you couldn't say, okay, yeah, I have the hint of vanilla and then the chocolate. It was just like all combined together
Yeah.
Make
to
it
like
work.
a nice, good chocolate coffee cake. You know, that's what it tasted like. It was so good.
that sounds
That's
very-
a dessert beer.
Desirable. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's very good.
I was just gonna say really quick before we go on to like the next beers and stuff. So this was the NE IPA, and the name for the NE IPA is You May All Go to New England and I'll Go to Texas. So it doesn't have the super like hazy, orange juicy style like most NE IPA styles do. But I mean,
But what I do
and Texas is cooler. So
It's true. We don't have those nor'easters coming through.
this
don't punch me, man.
no
He looks like
no I'm not from New England, so I don't care about New England. I'm from New York. I don't care about
But the
New England.
Northeast
We got
overall.
some good New York stories. Though.
But
I think I told him those.
don't all of them?
Just
You-
one.
You touched on it, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I told you the one.
I like Texas, but what I wanted to touch on is I appreciate New England, especially Boston in particular, for their honesty.
Oh, you mean Boston? Yeah.
I don't agree with a lot of it.
Boston.
I don't agree with a lot of
the
things.
car.
But
Vodka.
favorite story of all
Fuck
time.
the guy,
I'm gonna keep it
Bach.
short. I was in New York City. I was about 12. Boston for like I was 12 or 13 years old. Yankee hat, little old lady came outside. All white. Imagine the oldest grandmother you could think of walk outside, saw me with a Yankee hat, little kid, said "fuck the Yankees,"
Hell yeah.
and then looked
That's
at me,
tight. That
and I
is
was
tight.
like,
Not fuck the Yankees, but that's tight. I can see where you're coming from.
No, fuck the Yankees. We're fine with that.
"No,
We're
no,
fine with
no."
that here. We're fine with that. There it is.
But you get that here in Texas too. They come out and tell you "chinga tu madre."
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we respect that. Respect that around here.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so I'm gonna dig over here and grab a couple surprise beers.
so this-
that
which
we
one
did
did-
not, we
this
did
is-
not brew these.
So this is one he brewed.
They brew all these. Segue. Look at
No.
my beautiful face. Look at that
There he
beautiful
is.
face right
There he
there.
is.
We got some dessert.
Moving into something a little bit tasty as well.
I like the can too. It's simple.
Man, you're gonna like that one. You know what? You're gonna like that one so much you get a whole one for yourself, brother.
So
What?
we've got
you guys have a song? We treat
one
you
that
well.
one that I think Victor has not
you.
tried is Wells Banana Bread beer.
Uh-huh.
And we also have on the Meta Modern from was it
Oasis.
Oasis? That's right.
Don't sleep on Austin. Austin's
right.
killing it right now.
That's right.
Austin is killing it.
Like, keeping it weird.
Maybe for the beers,
I love the
but not-
name of that, the Meta Modern. As an art guy, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Austin's my least favorite city in Texas.
Oh my god.
Really?
There is a lot. There's a really big bump.
Someone's never been to Anna.
No, major city. Correct. Let me correct that.
I was gonna
major
say-
city. Major city.
I've
Right.
driven through some towns.
I've
You'd
been
be
to
like,
Paris,
"Not a city."
Texas. I've been to a lot of sketchy places.
Yeah.
But no, as far as like the bigger cities like San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, El Paso. I got like El Paso here, not because I don't like El Paso and not that I don't like Austin. It's just that El Paso's too far. If El Paso's a little closer, I could get there like within 4 hours.
Right.
It'd be up above Austin.
For me, it's like Dallas, San Antonio, maybe Houston, and then whatever else.
What time of the
is
year in
after that.
Houston? Because Houston
It's
gets
so
humid and
humid.
terrible.
so
You feel
muggy.
You feel I'm different. I got Houston, number one, then San Antonio, then Dallas.
Where's Albuquerque in that ranking?
Albuquerque's number one.
I've had that. I'm gonna
Number one
at the
in these streets. You know, you gotta love Albuquerque.
So good.
Albuquerque.
That one's different. That one's different. Is that different?
No,
Oh,
it's
it's
just
the-
banana
okay.
bread. Yeah, I poured some
Oh.
for him already.
That scared me a little bit. But you guys are professionals, so I should just keep my mouth
I
shut.
appreciate the
I thought,
looking
I
out.
thought that was a different beer, and I was
What
like,
kind of professionals are we?
You got my back, Jacob. I appreciate that.
excellent, excellent. I was like, man. I was like, no, he's gonna mix two beers.
So before we try this beer, do you guys have any? Are y'all anything in the works as far as like new beers coming out?
Man, I've
Anything-
been taking a break, and I think we've just kind of taken because we had so many beers, dude. There was one point I had like 3 or 4 beers beers fermenting, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't have enough bottles. Like,
Right.
what am I gonna do? I don't want to go spend more money on bottles.
No, you drink more.
That's
They have them.
hashtag first
Yeah.
world
Yeah,
problems.
but that's expensive too. And I had other beers that were fermenting and bottle aging. So right now, I think me and my buddy who brew beer, his name's Steven.
Mhm.
I think we're gonna work on some mead. I think
Yeah, I'd be interested.
That's exciting.
I
Yeah.
recently tried mead for the first time, like a specific style of mead,
Yeah.
and I would love to try y'all's take on that.
Yeah.
So
and
have him come on.
yeah, definitely, he'll definitely want to do it.
Yeah.
Adriana, what do you want to work on?
I
haven't really sat
definitely
down
want to
and asked you.
fix like the stout a little
wanna
more.
work
I
on
feel
that
like
one?
it could taste a lot better. Like I was telling you, the vanilla and the chocolatey flavor. I just really like dessert beers too. But I grew up eating mole, and mole has like the
Chocolate in
chocolatey
it, yep.
and the spicy flavor. So I love just eating spicy food with stouts.
What
You
about
like a-
jalapeno
I don't know
stout?
if you've ever had that.
We could do that. We could
totally
do
know
that. We
what
can
you're
do a
on.
Serrano stout or a Guajillo.
Yeah,
Or
I just
Oddball.
want to like mix
Either
those
that.
flavors.
Yeah,
Because my mom does
I
it
love
so
chili
well
on
in
one.
cuisine. It's
Yeah.
like I feel like I could do it with beer.
I think we could.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
If you
Lakewood
do-
has a mole temptress, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if you do. My friend made a IPA, jalapeno IPA, which I liked it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's different, but I think it would be better with a stout, like a chocolate stout IPA with a jalapeno
Right.
mix in it somehow, some
More
way.
like a guajillo chile on it or something like
that'd
that.
be really good.
I've
too.
never
Yeah.
seen chile de árbol one.
that-
So
I
you,
was
you could
thought-
make
I was
that one
thinking about
happen.
that. Yeah.
That would be dope.
That would be a good one.
I like how you almost whistled there for a second.
Yeah, I thought a grito was gonna come after that, dude.
yes.
Yes, grito on
Feeling like
on
Cantinflas
stage.
over
Yeah,
here.
that's
Because we use it all the time when we make salsa in the house, and so
Yeah.
like
It's spicy
that-
too, dude.
It is good, yeah. And I mean, dude, that's a yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking about that one, or not thinking about that one, but that just kind of came up. But one I have been kind of pondering on is, have you had the little snacks, the candy snacks? They're like tamarindo and sandia.
Yeah.
I want to cut those up and throw those in a beer.
Ooh. So we know we have a what is it? Collective Brewing is doing like a Peeps.
I saw that.
Peeps.
It's
They're using
No,
Peeps.
is that the little candy?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the little
birds.
Yeah.
little chicks
Bird.
one. Yeah, so they're using that one in like something they're doing. So I totally
wonder
see
what-
it going for it. Yeah.
Was it like an ale? They're gonna make it like an ale or something?
I have no idea.
That's
But it's
interesting.
with Collective Brewing and Taps and Caps, like their little collaboration.
Collection.
Sort of how like what was it Manhattan Project and Taps and Caps did their little was it pineapple, the pina colada one they did.
I don't feel like I've been talking about Manhattan Project enough lately. Love you
Can never
guys.
talk about them enough.
I know, I've been missing them for a while. I've been talking about Lady Luck way too much. Not too much. I love Lady Luck, Three Nations, Gavin, but Manhattan Project, we're still paying attention.
Yeah.
When are they opening up their brewery?
Now I haven't decided an official date yet.
I need to text Carl and see what he's talking about because we want to be there
Yeah, I
for
want to
sure.
go there too.
Yeah,
in the
it's
grand opening.
great beer.
Yeah, their Half Life is good.
Yeah, it's
Half
really
Life's
good.
pretty
So many good.
Have you tried the
beers.
double Half Life?
I haven't.
You should.
Oh god.
Good.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's their take on their any.
Yeah,
style.
I've had the Half Life, so the NEA style is like.
Yeah, it's good.
good.
It's good. It's their good take on it. So let's give it a shot with the Wells Banana Bread.
Yeah.
I've been sipping it.
Yeah, it's
really
good.
Victor,
Oh,
does that remind
yeah.
you of?
Banana bread or bananas?
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me like a hint of banana pudding, banana bread, all that good banana stuff.
So I don't know if this.
Walnutty almost.
I could definitely see that. For me, so
It's actually they're right. I do love it. It's really good beer. Like I wish this was my first beer I ever had. It says it's
he's more
brewing
the Swedish
since
style,
1876.
So, like, the dessert beer
Yeah.
like really resonates.
Yeah,
with
I
me.
like that too.
I don't know if anybody else like if this resonates with anybody else, but like you know those popsicles, the little banana flavored popsicles.
Oh yeah,
The ones like the double sticks.
Yeah.
This one reminds me of that. Ever since I've had it, that's what it
does
reminds
taste
me
like
of.
it.
yeah.
It's like the
definitely.
yellow popsicles, and they have that banana extract in them.
This
Totally
is
reminds me of
delicious.
this one. Yeah. So.
This is you guys are right. I guess you guys know me. I like sweet drinks, and this is a
Fruity.
sweet
Mm-hmm.
beer. And 5%, it's 5%, right? 5.2.
Yeah.
Correction.
Correction.
It's awesome. This is a great beer. Similar to Lady Luck, you know, when you describe a beer, and I guess that's the same thing with the Caucasian, where it's described as a White Russian stout.
Yeah. It's as advertised.
And when it says when you read the name as it's described, and you drink it, you taste it, and you can visualize it. Like I don't know, it just hits me in a
Yep.
warm place. Where my heart should be, that's where it hits me.
Yeah,
Two
when
sizes too small.
Yeah, when beers describe that and then actually taste how they describe it, it's like, oh, this
Yeah.
is really dope. I like that.
And that's like before we've talked about it. It's like you have beers that say, oh, with hints of this and that, and you don't. I mean, it gets lost on me, and I maybe not taste it, but
Right.
like I'm thinking of like what Samuel Smith's organic chocolate stout. Theirs is like really like it tastes like chocolate. It's got a lot of chocolate flavor. So
Yeah, I've had it.
That sounds really
we
good.
had it on the show.
But have you?
This one Kirsty brought on with her friend
You said
at
Sam
the old
Adams?
studio. Samuel Smith.
Samuel Smith. I was
Yeah,
for some reason I heard Sam Adams. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. Again, I can't hear. I can't remember people's
He's
names.
bad with names.
that was too many beers ago. That's too many.
That
beers
was a long. That's a 2-hour special we had, right?
Yeah, this one. So for a lot of girls that aren't, and I don't want to play like the girl card, but like I feel like just
Hey, ladies!
but there's like so to break a lot of women. There's like that whole. At least
What are you trying to break women
At least
for?
in American
Yeah,
culture,
dude.
though, it's like the whole like girls don't like beer, guys are more the beer drinkers. You see where I'm coming from, right? But to break girls out of that, like,
Have you not seen a bearded lady? Have you not
She-
seen a
she
girl who
loves beer.
chugs beers?
but she had a beer that changed her life and got her into the beer industry, right?
See, the beer that got me, I mean, I grew up, just Mexican household, modelos everywhere, coronas everywhere, right? But when we were first dating, like at the beginning, I had something called a pyramid apricot ale.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Dude,
Yes.
that was so good. And I was like, this tastes amazing.
It's a good
And
transition.
that's what got me into craft beers. And I was like, I want to try this. And then I had the Austin beer with the vanilla and the chocolate. And I was like, this is really cool. And honestly, to first think about a beer that tastes like coffee, that sounds disgusting, right? But
No,
it's
it sounds great.
So good.
It's like in my
To
heart.
me, it was so good. But I can see what you're saying.
I'm saying to try to break somebody out
Yeah.
of like the idea of beer being
That's
like,
a better way
bitter
of
and
saying
something-
someone, not
yeah.
women.
But I'm saying what I'm gearing towards like my friends that are girls and they haven't tried craft beer before.
Yeah.
I would go for something like this, and then the pyramid apricot was the other one I was going to go for,
Right.
and also Avery White Rascal is a pretty good one. It's kind of like a bubblegum flavor to it as well. So something like that, a little bit sweeter. And when we had Jennifer the Bearded Lady on, she also brought that up, like something she knew would resonate with females to get girls more into craft beer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right,
And she also talked to Gavin about it. He was trying I forgot what beer he was showing her, and she's had to put nitro to it.
Oh,
The taste buds.
yeah.
Was
yeah.
it Lady Luck or was it the something else?
No, and we had it at Whole Foods. It was a what was it? The hazelnut chocolate stout or something like that. It was on nitro. It was good.
Yeah.
It's the only
It
one
was
I like
all
on
good.
nitro.
It
I'm
was
not a
all
big
good.
nitro fan.
But that was good for being nitro. I realized I was doing it with you, and I don't like nitro either. I think it kills a lot of the flavors.
Yeah, carbonation's not high in nitros, which
Yeah.
I like just because I've got GERDs, so like I've got like acid reflux and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
carbonation pretty much kills me almost every time.
Yeah.
So nitros are a little bit easier on that. There's one at there's one called Old Rasputin. That's a stout. That's a good one.
North Coast.
Yeah, that's a good one.
North Coast.
I think
That's that's a good one. That's
we
a,
have
that's
that
a
on here?
Nitro.
No, we haven't yet. I've talked about it. I'll bring that one on. Gotcha.
I know there was a bunch of stuff you were talking about, and you slowly started bringing them on, especially during Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's really good. It's strong. Imperial Russian stout.
Going to the next
Let's
one.
go to the next one. Let's chug it down.
No, man.
Chug.
We're
chug.
hitting the top of the hour, so we gotta move.
Wrap it up, B.
That's right.
Man after my own heart.
Man.
We this will air next week, right? Yeah.
Will.
So while we're pouring, I'll just go ahead and get my plug out of the way real quick. If you're watching this the day it comes out, which is going to be the 22nd,
Yes, sir.
I am going to be tonight at the Noble Ray Brewing comedy show.
No shit. Yeah.
Yes, I will be there. So come check it out. March 22nd, I will be there. So at the Noble Ray Brewing Brewery,
You're gonna be there.
there's gonna be a comedy show, and I am on that bill. So come check it out.
That's awesome.
I will be there with you, sir. Not doing the comedy, but supporting.
Actually, speaking of Noble Ray, have you guys
I
had
love Nover.
Barampus?
Yes,
Dude,
we
that
love
is
it.
Good. That's good.
That is a good.
That's the beer that got me in trouble with Bitter Sisters.
That is a good beer.
So if I was to pick two beers that were my favorites
I have
from them,
nightmares and dreams about that beer because I'm like,
Together.
I need to find it, but it's out.
Dude,
There's
it's
only
so
one place
good.
that has it, or at least still had it. Was Dot's Hop House in Deep Ellum, which you guys should go check out. They've got 99 beers on tap and like
Yeah.
an extra 15 or 20 on the bottle.
There was another spot in Arlington they had Barampus on. It was at World of Beer in Arlington. They had it on, but that one and the what was the other one called?
PB and Jelly.
No, the
PB and Jealous.
yeah, it
Sounds
was.
good.
Oh my god,
What was it?
It was the Star Wars one.
Oh,
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Nub.
Yub Nub.
Yub
Nub.
Nub. That was delicious.
That one's really good too.
Yeah, Noble
So-
Ray's killing it, man. Noble
Yeah.
Ray kills it.
I wanted to talk about that but towards the end, but it was like breweries that I like a lot. Noble Ray's is the setup.
Yeah.
I
I'd
like
agree
it's
with that.
simple,
Yep.
but they have their little games in the back. They on weekends they make their shirts there. Like I like them. I like them a lot.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good IPA.
Oh, you tried the beer already? I was just talking. All right.
Snooze
I
lose.
agree with you though. I agree with you. I like Noble Ray a lot.
It's true.
Noble Ray is one of our favorite ones.
Even the graphics and everything.
Yeah, their graphics
Yeah,
are dope.
I like
Graphics
the
dope.
stacked little.
Yeah.
Cans.
Yeah.
It's an
Stacked
IPA.
ones.
It's good. I feel this is
Ooh, it's
Victor's kind of
on
IPA,
the corny
sort
side.
of, because
It's
it's
juicy.
not too. It kind of taste comes and goes real quick.
Yeah, it comes. I don't like the taste that comes with it, but it's in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, Noble Ray's
Animal
a really good
style?
one.
Yes. I didn't want to say it. I didn't think anybody would get the reference. Nobody
you guys-
watches that anymore. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Animal House. You watched Animal House? When's the last time you saw Animal House?
With fuck, dude, what is God, that's gonna kill me.
With the horse and the togas and all that.
Yeah.
Don't remember about the names. When's the last time you seen that movie?
It's been about a year or so.
A year or so? A
that's
year or
not
so?
bad.
That's not bad. I was thinking more. You've never seen that
Anyways, what
movie?
were you saying, sir? Before
No.
you really
That's a
interrupted
great movie.
by that
I'm
guy
a
over
human
there.
pimple. What is it? I'm a human zit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain Dead. You guys haven't been to Brain Dead yet.
That's
Not
so.
yet.
So you.
I tagged you guys on
tagged
that.
it, yeah, and we've been checking it out. We're gonna go over
You
there
guys
soon.
should talk to those dudes. Those dudes are really,
Yeah.
really cool. Those dudes are coming up with some crazy
I like their beer
Uh-huh.
that they have, and I like the food culinary aspect they have as well on the side.
Their food's good.
Yeah.
Oh
really
my
good.
goodness.
I'm
So
a
before I went vegan, they had this beer chili
Mm-hmm.
that was so good, and they normally have it in the winter
Mhm.
because it's seasonal.
That's the type.
And it
Why don't you
is
break the vegan for a day?
very good. No, I'm good. But it's really good.
Yeah.
It was definitely kind of like the frijoles borrachos. I don't know if you guys have had that.
Yeah.
I most definitely have.
Okay. Well, it was kind of like that. It
Every
was
big
really
party
good.
we get together, there's something there.
I'm a borracho when I eat frijoles.
That's true. That's true.
That was delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their beer chili there is good.
What was the one you tagged us in?
That one is called Happiness Comes From Within, and it's a New England style IPA, and that was delicious.
It's not too far from here, so we
Really
need to
good.
try
Yeah,
that.
no,
literally
it's
not
not
too
at
far.
all.
Yeah.
We need to go after
We'll
work.
go out there
guys
and talk to 'em.
Go. If you
Get them on the
guys-
show.
I'll be down there Saturday, so
Oh, you be there Saturday? What
Yeah.
time? Hit me up. I'll be there.
Probably 7
In the morning?
No, yeah. Actually, yes, yes. in
We
the
start
morning. No, I'm
early.
just kidding.
That's true.
I'm just kidding.
If you're not
saying that
at
you know,
7
like,
a.m.,
yeah.
you're not doing it right.
No, 7:30 at night. So
Yeah.
I'll be there for a couple hours. I'll probably go to Brain Dead and just hang around there.
Okay. I'll see you there for a little bit.
Yeah, man.
'Cause I'm,
Yeah, man.
Cool. I'm down with that.
Hit me up. I'll
Because you have a prior engagement Saturday.
Oh.
a little bit.
That's
I said a little
right.
bit, sir.
A little bit.
Oh,
Just gotta roll.
We got to roll. I'm playing D&D with Ziggy. You know?
He's gotta.
But
Finally.
it's literally the top of the hour. We're going to
Literally.
shut this down. Listen, this is going to be out next week. I appreciate you guys being on. I learned a lot. It's been so much fun. That game was actually phenomenal.
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 And so I would like, every time I play this game, I would love to have you guys on it. Maybe with other beers, guest beers, like Drew, maybe I pick some beers. Let's do this more often. Let's have fun.
yeah,
I like that.
We'll have some new beers coming up in the next couple months. We'll be brewing, so
That's going to be a lot. That's going to be
I
awesome.
got a ton of bottles now. So
You got a ton of bottles? I can help you. I can drink some.
yeah,
and
if
help
you
get
guys,
some
if you
of the
guys got bottles,
That actually is very helpful.
that is very helpful because those are
We
expensive.
get some of that lavender beer.
Dude, 12-pack. It's
Oh,
yours,
good.
man.
So-
Coming
You
right
can have
for
it all.
Next week for sure.
She's like, get rid
all
of it.
the Drew. So you can find out his Instagram is gonna be right above here.
That's
You
right.
follow him there. I can't say all his numbers. You can follow us. You can follow us on Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Plus soon. I keep saying that, and also follow support Ziggy. Go watch some Noble Race.
Noble Ray tonight, and then
Every weekend?
Thursdays and Saturdays at the Backdoor Comedy Club. Except tonight, because
Except-
tonight I'm at Noble Ray.
That's right.
Dope.
All right, guys. It's been fun.
Thank you guys.
Everybody be careful. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you at what's the brewery?
Brain
Brain
dead.
Dead.
Brain
Yeah.
Dead.
So you guys go to
Because I got a
Brain
great
Dead.
memory.
And guys, get
He's
out.
brain dead.
Guys, get out and vote. Go vote. Go vote,
That's
guys.
true. Please go
Vote's
vote.
coming up.
Lupe
November. Let's
Valdez
vote. Lupe Valdez. Get out there, vote.
That's
for
true.
governor.
For
Yes.
governor.
Agreed.
All right.
All right,
cool.
have a good weekend. Love you guys.
Beer talk.